On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Interim.
Serving as a temporary or provisional measure or arrangement, intended to be in place only for a limited time or until a permanent solution can be found, occurring in the meantime or in between two major events or periods.
Examples:
Interim government. Interim arrangement. The interim CEO will be in charge until a permanent replacement is found.
Controversy.
A lot of discussion and argument about something, often involving strong feelings of anger or disapproval.
Examples:
Controversy among researchers. Arouse controversy. They entered into controversy with a member of the ruling party.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with a desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Blank.
Without any writing or printing, empty or devoid of ideas, information, or meaning, unable to remember or recall information.
Examples:
Blank expression. Blank paper. The computer screen displayed nothing but a blank white screen.
Slate.
A flat piece of rock or stone that is typically used as a roofing or flooring material. A list of candidates for an election arranged in a specific order.
Examples:
Slate tile. Slate roof. We need to add more names to the slate of candidates for the upcoming election.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Par.
A state of being equal to someone or something.
Examples:
Above par performance. Not up to par. Shares in the company finally fell below their par value.
Influential.
Having significant impact or power on someone or something.
Examples:
An influential newspaper. An influential politician. Early childhood experiences are very influential for people.
Quote.
To repeat or reproduce the words or statement of someone else, often acknowledging the source. To give an estimated cost or price for goods or services.
Examples.
Quote a source. Quote a price. In his speech, he quoted a famous philosopher to emphasize his point.
Indicate.
To show, point out, or make known something, often through a sign or a symbol. To suggest or imply something without stating it directly.
Examples.
Indicate a preference. Indicate an error. The data indicates that the company's profits have steadily increased over the past quarter.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples.
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Instinct.
An inborn behavioral pattern that is often responsive to specific stimuli, an innate feeling that causes you to act or believe that something is true.
Examples.
Instinct for self-preservation. Aggressive instinct. When faced with a dangerous situation, his initial instinct was to flee.
Anthropology.
The scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, societies, and linguistics in both the present and past, including past human species.
Examples.
Social anthropology. Anthropology of religion. The areas of anthropology and psychology are significantly related to one another.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples.
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Capable.
Having the ability, skill, or potential to do something, competent or proficient in a particular task or area of expertise.
Examples.
Capable worker. Capable leader. She is highly capable of handling multiple tasks at once.
Predispose.
To make someone susceptible.
Examples.
Predispose to the development of cancer. Predispose me to become a novelist. Her outstanding achievement predisposes people to like her.
Jay.
A type of bird that belongs to the crow family and is known for its brightly colored feathers and loud, raucous call.
Examples.
Jay feather. Blue jay. I often hear a jay's loud and distinctive call while hiking in the woods.
Doubt.
A feeling of being uncertain about something, especially about how good or accurate it is.
Examples:
Dispel doubts. No doubt about the news. Doubt is the start, not the end, of intelligence.
Temperament.
A person's nature or disposition, especially as it permanently affects their behavior.
Examples:
The temperament of an engineer. A hysterical temperament. She has a calm temperament and never gets overly upset or angry.
Talent.
A natural ability to be good at something. Someone who has a natural ability to be good at something.
Examples:
A person of diverse talents. Raw talent. Numerous great professional sports talents have come from this city.
Pet.
An animal that you have at home as a companion and treated kindly.
Examples:
A pet bird. A teacher's pet. I have a parrot as a pet.
Exposed.
Having no protection or shield from something, such as bad weather, attack, or criticism.
Examples:
Exposed to radiation. An exposed rock. Tech companies often employ exposed ducts and other materials in their office interiors.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
Acquire knowledge. Acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Presumably.
Believed to be true or likely based on the available evidence, or supposed to be the case without definite proof.
Examples:
Presumably accurate. Presumably refuse the offer. The witness's testimony was presumably based on what he had seen and heard.
Innate.
Existing naturally or from birth, inherent or inborn, not acquired or learned through experience.
Examples:
Innate ability. Innate quality. The belief in innate human goodness is a common philosophical concept.
Heterosexual.
Attracted to individuals of the opposite sex.
Examples:
Heterosexual relationship. Heterosexual marriage. He identified as heterosexual and had never considered being with someone of the same gender.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Indistinct.
Not clear or easily seen, heard, or understood.
Examples:
Indistinct memory. Indistinct pronunciation. The indistinct shape in the fog made it difficult to determine what it was.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
Universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Occupation.
A person's job or profession, the act of taking possession.
Examples:
Occupation disease. Occupation of a building. The police stopped the suspicious person and asked him to give his name, address, and occupation.
Exotic.
Originating from or characteristic of a foreign country or culture, strikingly unusual, uncommon, or intriguing.
Examples:
Exotic species. Exotic vacation. I love trying exotic foods from different cultures.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Supposedly.
According to what is generally assumed or believed without actually knowing for sure.
Examples:
Supposedly identical. Necklace supposedly made of pure gold. He is supposedly nominated for a Nobel Prize.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Emotion.
A strong feeling such as love, anger, etc., deriving from one's situation, mood, or relationships with others.
Examples:
Control my emotion. Afraid to show emotion. Some emotions are common across cultures and backgrounds.
Construe.
To interpret or understand the meaning of something, typically in a particular way, to analyze or explain the grammar or structure of a sentence or phrase.
Examples:
Construe a contract. Construe a sentence. It isn't easy to construe his intentions without knowing him better.
Aesthetic.
Connected with the enjoyment or study of beauty.
Examples:
Aesthetic value. Aesthetic feeling. My aesthetic standards are quite different from hers.
Affection.
A feeling of fondness, love, or attachment towards someone or something. A gentle or tender feeling, often used to describe a warm or caring relationship between individuals.
Examples:
Deep affection. Show affection. Her unwavering affection for animals led her to become a veterinarian.
Wean.
To gradually stop feeding a baby or young animal with its mother's milk and to start or accustom to eating other food.
Examples:
Wean a person from a bad habit. Wean my baby from the breast. It's difficult to wean an addict off drugs once they're hooked.
Attempt.
An act or effort of trying to do something, especially something difficult.
Examples:
The attempt to rescue the hostages. A reckless attempt. The third attempt was far more successful.
Worldview.
A particular philosophy or cognitive orientation of life or conception of the world.
Examples:
Mainstream worldview. The worldview of the ancient civilization. The war between the two countries was also a battle between competing worldviews.
Genetics.
The branch of biology that studies genes, genetic variation, and heredity in organisms.
Examples:
The science of genetics. Genetics discrimination. He is a specialist in the genetics of aging.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors who are well versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples:
Increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Intricately.
In a manner that involves a lot of detailed and complex arrangement or planning, with many interconnected parts or components.
Examples:
Intricately woven. Intricately decorated. The watch was intricately designed, with many small moving parts.
Neurobiology.
A field of biology that studies the structure, function, and development of the nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves encompassing a wide range of research topics, including the molecular and cellular processes involved in neural signaling, the organization of neural circuits, and the neural basis of behavior, cognition, and emotion.
Examples:
Neurobiology research, cellular neurobiology. The professor's research in neurobiology has led to groundbreaking discoveries in the field of brain science.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
Collaborate with colleagues. Former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Measured.
Done with careful consideration or calculated precision, controlled or regulated in manner or speech, deliberate and thoughtful.
Examples:
Measured analysis. Measured tone of voice. Her measured response to the criticism showed her ability to remain calm and composed under pressure.
Distribute.
To give something to a large number of individuals, or to spread or furnish something.
Examples:
Distribute wealth evenly. Distribute video content. His estate was distributed to his sons.
Layer.
A sheet, quantity, or thickness of the material, typically one of several, covering a surface or body, a level or part within a system or set of ideas.
Examples:
Layer cake. Layer of paint. The layer of frost on the ground was so thick it was difficult to walk on.
Cortex.
The outermost layer of an organ, especially the brain.
Examples:
Cortex cells. Visual cortex neuron. The cerebral cortex consists of 6 layers.
Correlation.
A statistical relationship between two variables in which one variable is affected by the other. A reciprocal relation between two or more facts, numbers, etc.
Examples:
Ecological correlation. Correlation coefficient. There is a strong correlation between education level and income.
Scheme.
An organized and often large-scale plan or arrangement for doing something.
Examples:
A pilot scheme. Draw out a scheme. They carefully executed the well-planned scheme they had prepared over the years.
Purple.
Of a color intermediate between red and blue.
Examples:
Deep purple. Purple sweet potatoes. The plant has a stunning purple blossom.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Significance.
The importance or value attached to something. The quality of being significant or noteworthy.
Examples.
Significance level. Mystical significance. The significance of his discovery cannot be overstated.
Random.
Made, done, or happening without method, conscious decision, or any regular pattern.
Examples.
A random choice. Bombs fell at random. To find drunk drivers, police conduct random tests.
Definition.
A concise explanation of the meaning of a word, phrase, or symbol.
Examples.
A precise definition. The definition of a word. Parallel lines are, by definition, lines on the same plane that never cross.
Fraternal.
Relating to or like a brother or brothers, of twins, derived from two separate fertilized ova, equals the female reproductive cell.
Examples.
Fraternal twins. A fraternal association. He recommended that they take out fraternal life insurance.
Twin.
Either of two children born at the same time from the same mother.
Examples.
A twin lens camera. A twin room. Its twin brothers are difficult to tell apart except for their parents.
Clone.
A plant or animal whose genetic information is identical to that of a parent organism from which it was created, an unauthorized copy or imitation.
Examples.
Clone embryo. Recombinant clone. He is like an exact clone of his brother.
Identical.
Being the exact same one.
Examples.
Pair of identical twins. An identical equation. Infant formulas are nutritionally almost identical to a mother's breast milk.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples.
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Differ.
To be not like someone or something in some way.
Examples.
Differ from the majority. Differ according to species. The two products differed in their quality and price.
Anatomy.
The scientific study that deals with the physical structure of humans, animals, or plants.
Examples.
Animal anatomy. Anatomy of a country's collapse. The professor explained the anatomy of the nervous system.
Lobe.
A rounded projection or division, especially of the brain, lung, or liver.
Examples:
Lobe of the liver. Frontal lobe. The lungs are divided into 5 lobes.
Consequence:
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Illustrate:
To provide pictures, photographs, diagrams, etc. in a book or something for explanation.
Examples:
Illustrate a key point. Illustrate a story. The company's financial records illustrate how successful it has been.
Cartoon:
A simple drawing depicting a humorous or critical situation, often accompanied by a caption.
Examples:
Cartoon character. Cartoon industry. He spent his afternoon watching cartoon movies on TV.
Separate:
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Accidentally:
By chance or without planning.
Examples:
They met accidentally. Accidentally coincide. He was accidentally killed by friendly fire.
Invention:
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
The invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Contraption:
A machine or device that is made up of a combination of interconnected parts and often appears complicated or unusual.
Examples:
Farming contraption. Complicated contraption. The inventor created a contraption that could turn salt water into drinking water.
Patent:
A legal document that grants an inventor exclusive rights to their invention for a certain period of time, the invention or process for which a patent has been granted.
Examples:
Patent application. Patent law. The company has filed for a patent to protect its new invention.
Exaggeration:
An overstatement of facts or description, the act of making something seem larger, more important, or more significant than it is.
Examples:
Sensational exaggeration. Minimal exaggeration. His story was filled with obvious exaggerations.
Astonishing:
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
Astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Studied.
Deliberately considered or scrutinized, carefully thought out or planned.
Examples:
Studied analysis. Well-studied decision. His speech was carefully crafted and delivered with studied confidence.
Catholic.
Universal and including many different types of things, related to or associated with the part of the Christian Church that has the Pope as its leader.
Examples:
Catholic in his tastes. The Catholic Church. Sociologists are now interested in Catholic world peace.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Naval.
Of or relating to ships, sailors, or the Navy.
Examples:
Naval battles. Naval base. The naval officer was responsible for the safety and well-being of the crew on his ship.
Dip.
To put something into a liquid for a short time and take it out again.
Examples:
Dip a pen in ink. Dip a chip in the sauce. Please dip up a bucket full of water from the well.
Butt.
To strike or push something with the flat end of your hip or buttocks. To hit or knock forcefully. Noun, the remaining end of a smoked cigarette.
Examples:
But into several people. Cigarette butt. The goats often butt heads when they are fighting for dominance.
Toast.
Slices of bread browned on both sides that have been put near a high heat, a drink in honor of or to the health of a person or even.
Examples:
Drink a toast. Slice of toast. We made a toast with everyone.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
Rub shoulders. Rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Wrist.
The joint between the hand and the forearm, the narrow part of the hand near this joint.
Examples:
Wrist bones. Glance at my wristwatch. He sprained his wrist while playing basketball.
Flush.
To become red on your face, especially because you are embarrassed, angry, or hot. To rinse, clean, or empty something, especially a toilet, by causing large quantities of water to flow.
Examples:
The blood flush into my face. Flush the toilet. The girl flushed when a young man whistled as she walked by.
Toilet.
A bowl-shaped plumbing fixture with a seat for defecation and urination, or a room or building containing one or more of this fixture.
Examples:
Toilet paper. Toilet seat. She walked to the toilet to freshen up before the meeting.
Sneeze.
To make a sudden, involuntary expulsion of air from the nose and mouth, usually due to irritation caused by the presence of dust, pollen, or other irritants.
Examples:
Sneeze into my hand. Sneeze loudly. Whenever I get a cold, I tend to sneeze a lot.
Elevator.
A mechanical device used for vertical transportation, typically in multi-story buildings, consisting of a compartmentalized platform that moves between floors.
Examples:
Elevator ride. Modern elevator. The hotel's elevator was out of order, so we had to take the stairs to our room on the 5th floor.
Administer.
To oversee and control the operation or arrangement of something.
Examples:
Administer justice. Administer the funds. After the accident, 3 governmental bodies administer the company.
Battery.
A device that is placed inside a car, gadget, equipment, etc., and that provides electrical power to them.
Examples:
A dry battery. Battery charging. The engine did not start because the battery was flat.
Psychology.
The scientific study of mind and behavior.
Examples:
Psychology experiment. Psychology of crowd. She had a master's degree in psychology.
Doctrine.
A belief or set of ideas held and taught by a church, political party, or other groups.
Examples:
Religious doctrine. Doctrine of nonviolence. The church doctrine teaches that all are equal in the eyes of God.
Appealing.
Attractive or exciting, evoking a positive response or desire, having qualities that are likely to encourage someone to like or enjoy something.
Examples:
Appealing design. An appealing offer. The well-crafted plot and interesting characters made the book very appealing to readers.
Notion.
A general idea or understanding of something, particularly an abstract or complex concept, a belief or opinion, often one that is not based on solid evidence or facts.
Examples:
Notion of success. Vague notion. The notion of time travel has long fascinated scientists and fiction writers alike.
Congenial.
Pleasant, friendly, or pleasing in nature, compatible or well-suited.
Examples:
Congenial atmosphere. Congenial company. She's a congenial host who always makes people feel welcome in her home.
Foremost.
Most important, leading, or prominent.
Examples:
Foremost expert. Keep foremost in mind. The foremost priority is the safety of the passengers.
Justify.
To provide a valid or reasonable explanation, reasoning, or evidence in support of a belief, action, or decision. To defend or vindicate something as right or valid.
Examples:
Justify my beliefs. Justify your decision. The lawyer tried to justify his client's actions by presenting evidence of their difficult upbringing.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Inequality.
The unfairness of a society in which some people have more opportunity, money, etc. than others. Mathematics, relation between two values when they are different.
Examples:
Inequality in salary. Algebraic inequality. There are several causes of economic inequality within societies.
Humankind.
The whole of the living human inhabitants of the earth.
Examples:
Humankind as a species. History of humankind. On the geological timescale, humankind has existed for a brief moment.
Perfectible.
Capable of being improved or made perfect, having the potential for achieving an ideal or flawless state.
Examples:
Perfectible skills. Perfectible knowledge. Philosophers throughout history have explored the concept of a perfectible society.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Condemn.
To express strong disapproval or criticism of something.
Examples:
Condemn violence. Condemn crime. The government was condemned for its handling of the crisis.
Selfish.
Concerned primarily with one's profit or pleasure without regard for others, forming or arising from a person's self or interest.
Examples:
selfish motive, selfish desire. His selfish ambition caused him to step on others to climb the corporate ladder.
Prejudice.
A thought or feeling that is unfair and makes no sense, mainly when it is formed without enough thought or knowledge.
Examples:
deep-rooted prejudice, color prejudice. This community is free of social prejudice.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
victim of a violent crime, violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
argue a case, argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Non sequitur.
A statement, response, or conclusion that does not logically follow from the previous statement or premise, a remark or argument that is unrelated or irrelevant to the current topic or context.
Examples:
non sequitur argument, logical non sequitur. His argument was full of non sequiturs, making it difficult to follow his thought.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Declaration.
A formal or explicit statement or announcement.
Examples:
Declaration of Independence. Unilateral declaration. The president made the declaration of war.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Evident.
Apparent to the mind, senses, or judgment.
Examples:
evident to all. Plainly evident. With evident joy, he signed his name.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
a private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, He had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples:
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, to be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Ignoble.
Lacking qualities or characteristics that are noble, honorable, or admirable, morally or socially inferior.
Examples:
Ignoble character. Ignoble motive. His ignoble behavior tarnished his once respectable reputation.
Motif.
A recurring element in an artistic or literary work, typically a particular image or idea, a theme that is repeated or elaborated in a piece of music.
Examples:
Animal motif. The motif of a music piece. The repeating floral motif in the wallpaper added a touch of elegance to the room.
Automatically.
Without needing a direct human control.
Examples:
Record driving automatically. Automatically adjusted. Our subscription plan is automatically renewed.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Inhibit.
To prevent something, such as an action, process, etc., from happening or make it less likely to happen than normal.
Examples:
Inhibit desires. Inhibit tumor growth. Excessive parental interference may inhibit children's eagerness to learn.
Virtually.
Almost completely.
Examples:
Virtually all countries. Virtually identical. Virtually all the parties signed the contract.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
Moral hazard. Moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Cognitive.
Of or relating to mental processes of understanding.
Examples:
Improve cognitive function. Research on cognitive psychology. His cognitive faculties were getting worse because of a lack of sleep.
Profit.
Money that is earned in business or by selling things after deducting the costs involved.
Examples:
Gross profit. Make a profit. This business yields little profit.
Impulse.
A sudden strong and unreflective wish or need to do something. The electrical discharge that travels along a nerve fiber.
Examples:
A combative impulse. Profound religious impulses. Nerve impulses cross a synapse through the action of neurotransmitters.
Greedy.
Having or showing an intense or insatiable desire for wealth, status, power, or food.
Examples:
Greedy person. Greedy for money. His greedy behavior led him to steal from the company.
Skull.
A bone framework that surrounds the brain and gives the head its shape.
Examples:
Skull fracture. Have a thick skull. Archaeologists found a Neanderthal skull at that historic site.
Counteract.
To act against something to reduce its bad or harmful effects or neutralize it.
Examples:
Counteract the effect of poison. Counteract global warming. Our body's immune system produces antibodies to counteract disease.
Zone.
A specific area, region, or section that is marked off or defined in some way.
Examples:
Time zone. Zone defense. He was reluctant to leave his comfort zone and try something new.
Rail.
A long, thin piece of metal or wood that is used to make fences or as a support for something. Verb, to complain bitterly.
Examples:
Rail system. Rail against his enemies. The children leaned over the bridge rail to watch the fish swimming below.
Evolution.
A gradual process of transformation of living things.
Examples:
Human evolution. Evolution theory. They study the evolution of the universe.
Gender.
The range of characteristics of femininity and masculinity and differentiating between them, especially when considering social and cultural differences rather than differences in biology.
Examples:
Gender-blind policies. Dual gender. Cultural norms strongly influence gender expectations.
Homosexual.
Sexually attracted to people of one's own sex.
Examples:
Homosexual rights. Homosexual marriage. The law was repealed to protect the rights of homosexual citizens.
Infant.
A baby or very young child.
Examples:
Infant daughter. Infant food. Mozart was an infant prodigy.
Morality.
Principles of right and evil or good and bad behavior.
Examples:
Business morality. Sense of morality. She found fault with the morality of politicians.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
Rap music. Get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Depletion.
The reduction of something, especially a natural resource, to a critically low level.
Examples:
Depletion of bodily fluids. Depletion of ozone. The depletion of natural resources is a major concern for environmentalists.
Technological.
Based on scientific and industrial progress.
Examples:
Technological advancement. Technological policy. Technological advances have disrupted many industries.
Needless.
Describing something unnecessary, pointless, or superfluous and could be avoided without any harm or adverse consequences.
Examples:
Needless argument. Needless waste. This needless paperwork is wasting our time and resources.
Draft.
A preliminary version of something that is not yet in its final form.
Examples:
A working draft. Write the first draft. During debates in the legislature, the draft of the law caused a lot of controversies.
Circulate.
To move continuously or freely around a place or closed system.
Examples:
Circulate a rumor. Circulate an agenda before the meeting. The fan circulates the air in the room quickly.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
Chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Security.
The state of being free from danger, risk, or harm, measures taken to protect against threats or attacks, a financial asset, such as a stock or bond that derives value exclusively from the ownership interest or claim to a particular underlying asset or obligation.
Examples:
National security. Security analyst. The building's security system includes cameras, alarms, and security guards.
Award.
A prize or other mark of recognition given in honor of an achievement.
Examples:
Award ceremony. Participation award. He won the award for Best Actor at the film festival.
Posit.
To suggest or accept something as fact or as a basis for argument or consideration.
Examples:
Posit the existence of life after death. Posit the premise. We should posit several hypotheses to discuss the matter.
Scholarly.
Relating to or characteristic of academic study.
Examples:
Scholarly article. Scholarly attainment. The scholarly journal published articles on various academic subjects.
Hometown.
The town or city where one was born or grew up.
Examples:
Hometown celebrity. Hometown memory. I always look forward to going back to my hometown during the holidays.
Tenure.
The holding or possessing of a specific position, job, or property, the right to hold a position or property for a period of time.
Examples:
Tenure track. Job tenure. The professor's tenure at the university ends this year, and she is still determining her future career options.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Controversial.
Causing a lot of hot public discussion and dispute.
Examples:
Controversial book. Controversial policy. The issue of the death penalty is highly controversial.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Disquiet.
A feeling of anxiety or unease, a sense of restlessness or agitation, a state of mental or emotional disturbance. Verb, to cause or feel unease, restlessness, or agitation.
Examples:
Cause disquiet among the residents. Mood of disquiet. The disquiet in the community grew as rumors spread about the upcoming changes.
Slander.
The act of making false and damaging statements about someone.
Examples:
Slander of goods. Slander lawsuit. He was accused of slander when he spread rumors about his boss.
Physically.
In a way related to a person's body or appearance rather than their mind.
Examples:
Physically and mentally. Stay physically fit. Having a physically healthy physique is essential for a great life.
Assault.
A violent physical attack, the crime of forcing someone to submit to sexual intercourse against their will.
Examples:
Assault aircraft. Victim of sexual assault. We got caught up in an assault case.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Prosecution.
The act of bringing legal charges against someone for a crime they are accused of committing. The legal team responsible for presenting the case against the defendant in a criminal trial.
Examples:
Criminal prosecution. Wrongful prosecution. The judge denied the motion to dismiss the prosecution's case.
Stumble.
To miss a step and fall or nearly fall, to walk unsteadily.
Examples:
Stumble financially. Stumble through life. She stumbled over the tree root.
Trap.
A piece of equipment or hole for catching animals or people. Verb, to catch animals or people and prevent them from escaping.
Examples:
Set a trap. Trap an animal. The enemy fell right into the trap.
Susceptible.
Easily influenced, harmed, or affected by something.
Examples:
A susceptible young woman. Susceptible of proof. Well-stretched muscles are less susceptible to injury.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Prone.
Inclined or likely to do something or to show a particular characteristic, especially something bad, lying face downward.
Examples:
Accident prone. Prone to diarrhea. He was prone to making rash decisions.
Accident.
An unfortunate event, especially one causing damage or injury.
Examples:
Cause an accident. Injury in a car accident. The accident partially destroyed my vehicle.
Lifespan.
The length of time for which a person, animal lives, or thing exists.
Examples:
Lifespan extension. Lifespan retrieval curve. Generally speaking, men have a shorter lifespan than women.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Generalization.
The act of making a broad statement or conclusion based on limited information or experience, a statement that applies to a large group or category of things or people, often without considering the unique qualities or circumstances of each individual.
Examples:
Hasty generalization. Generalization of the problem. It's unfair to make a generalization about an entire group of people based on stereotypes.
Barrage.
A concentrated and continuous outpouring or overwhelming amount of something, such as bombs, questions, criticisms, or comments, a defensive barrier of artillery fire or gunfire.
Examples:
Barrage of questions. Artillery barrage. She used a barrage of facts and figures to make her argument.
Enrage.
To make someone extremely angry.
Examples:
Enrage the international community. Enrage critics. The news of the betrayal enraged him.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Ban.
To officially or legally forbid or refuse to allow something.
Examples:
Ban gender-related job discrimination. Ban any type of cloning. We should ban mildly violent video games from a child's development perspective.
Topic.
A subject that is being discussed or written about.
Examples:
A serious topic. The topic of the book. The topic of the discussion was the current state of the economy.
Journal.
A newspaper or magazine specialized in a specific topic or profession,
Examples:
scientific journal, journal articles. The physician is reading the journals related to medicine.
Irate.
Feeling or showing strong anger or annoyance.
Examples:
irate protesters, irate tone. The irate customer demanded a refund for the faulty product.
Advocate.
A person who supports or suggests an idea, development, or way of doing something.
Examples:
an advocate of disarmament. Public education advocates. Advocates of abolishing the death penalty often argue that the alternative heaviest sentence should be life in prison.
Literally.
In the real or original meaning of a word or phrase, in a literal sense or way, not figuratively.
Examples:
translate literally. Bite his tongue literally. He literally jumped out of his chair when he heard the news.
Venom.
A toxic substance produced by an animal, typically a snake or insect, and injected into prey or an enemy by biting or stinging.
Examples:
the venom of a lizard. Injected venom. The snake's venom is highly toxic and can be fatal to humans.
Vituperate.
To criticize or berate someone severely or abusively, to use harsh and abusive language towards someone.
Examples:
vituperate the media's coverage. Vituperate criticism. I was shocked to hear my boss vituperate me in front of the entire team.
Inadvertently.
Unintentionally, accidentally, without purpose or deliberate intent.
Examples:
inadvertently deleted. Inadvertently omitted. I inadvertently left my phone at home this morning and felt lost.
Dire.
Extremely serious or urgent, critical, grave, or disastrous.
Examples:
suffer dire poverty. Dire situation. The dire economic straits called for immediate action.
Professional.
Having or showing the skill appropriate to a particular job, competent or skillful.
Examples:
professional athlete. Certified professional secretary. He has a professional demeanor and always presents himself in a polished manner.
Exile.
The state of being forced to leave one's country or home, typically for political or punitive reasons.
Examples:
exile community. Political exile. The exiled king lived in poverty in a foreign country for many years.
Arouse.
To awaken strong feelings or emotions in someone, to excite or inspire a physical or emotional response.
Examples:
arouse desire, arouse suspicion. The rousing speech by the politician aroused the audience to action.
Estimate:
to guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Probable:
likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
probable outcome, probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Decide:
to make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
decide a question, decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Claim:
to assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
claim responsibility, false claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Outrageous:
highly unusual, unconventional, or shocking, going beyond the bounds of what is considered acceptable or proper.
Examples:
outrageous prices, outrageous claim. Her outrageous behavior at the party caused quite a stir among the guests.
Slide:
to move or cause to move smoothly along a surface without interruption.
Examples:
slide a card across the table, slide a glance. If necessary, you can slide the front seats forward.
Visual:
relating to seeing or sight.
Examples:
visual navigation, field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Decoration:
the act of adding something that is intended to make something more attractive, an award or honor that is given to someone in recognition of their achievements.
Examples:
colorful decorations, chocolate decorations for cakes. The room was filled with beautiful decorations for the wedding reception.
Poetry:
poems in general as a genre of literature.
Examples:
modern poetry, book of poetry. Different cultures have different comfortable word rhythms, so the composition of poetry varies greatly.
Theme:
a subject or topic of discourse or artistic representation.
Examples:
theme park, Central theme. The theme of the novel is the corrupting influence of power.
Preference.
A stronger liking or interest for something or someone than another thing or person.
Examples.
His meal preferences. A particular preference for Chinese art. Her preference is comfortable clothing over fashionable ones.
Symmetrical.
Having similarity in size, shape, and relative position of corresponding parts.
Examples.
Symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical pattern. This figure is symmetrical about the x-axis.
Repetition.
The act of doing or saying something many times.
Examples.
Repetition of the word. Habitual repetition. Repetition is the mother of all learning.
Variation.
The act or state of changing, a difference or change in the way something is done, made, or said.
Examples.
Variation of temperature. Gene variation. There is a lot of variation in the colors of flowers in the garden.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples.
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Pause.
To take a short break from talking or doing something before continuing.
Examples.
Pause a moment. Pause for a reaction. The man paused before opening the door.
Frequent.
Happening constantly.
Examples.
Frequent absence. Frequent use. His heartaches are less frequent now.
Decline.
To become gradually smaller, fewer, worse, etc., to refuse to accept.
Examples.
Decline a job offer. Decline in quality. As people age, their digestive capacity also gradually declines.
Headline.
A heading at the top of a newspaper or magazine story or page.
Examples.
Headline article. Banner headline. The engagement of the two golf players became headline news.
Highbrow.
Relating to or appealing to people who are highly educated or intellectual, involving or interested in serious artistic or cultural ideas.
Examples.
Highbrow conversation. Highbrow music. She only reads highbrow literature, such as classic novels and philosophical essays.
Deplore.
To feel or express strong disapproval or condemnation towards something. To regard with grief, regret, or deep sorrow.
Examples:
Deplore his misfortune. Deplore the behavior. I deplore using violence to solve conflicts and believe in peaceful resolutions.
Representative:
Someone who speaks or acts officially on behalf of another person or group of people.
Examples:
An official representative. Sales representative. The media representatives had special passes.
Assert:
To state something firmly and confidently, often in a way that is intended to convince others that it is true.
Examples:
Assert a free society. Assert a claim for unjust enrichment. She asserted that she was innocent, despite the evidence against her.
Confidence:
The feeling or attitude that one can trust or rely on the abilities or good qualities of someone or something.
Examples:
Confidence as a teacher. Boost my confidence. Skill and confidence are an unconquered army.
Visible:
Capable of being seen or open to easy view.
Examples:
Visible stars. Visible by X-ray. My home is easily visible from the shore.
Depart:
To go away or leave, especially to start a journey.
Examples:
Arrive and depart on time. Depart from the faith. We departed before the temperature fell below zero.
Possibility:
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Sustain:
To supply enough of what somebody or something needs in order to survive or exist, to accept as valid.
Examples:
Sustain a good relationship with him. Sustain a wellness lifestyle. She struggled to sustain the children's reading habits.
Franchise:
A legal agreement between two parties in which one party grants the other the right to use or sell its products or services under a specific brand name and business model. A business that operates under such an agreement, the right to vote in an election.
Examples:
Franchise agreement. Franchise owner. The fast food franchise kept expanding and opening new restaurants across the country.
Non-profit:
Not established for commercial profit.
Examples:
A non-profit organization. Non-profit agency. Our law firm also focuses on non-profit activities.
Survive:
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Primarily.
Mainly.
Examples:
intended primarily for young people. Primarily affect adults. All peaceful cooperation is based primarily on mutual trust.
Commercialize.
To make something available for sale or use on a large scale.
Examples:
commercialize my patents. Commercialize idea. The company is trying to commercialize its new product.
Repertory.
A collection of works, such as plays, operas, or pieces of music, that a company or performer is prepared to perform.
Examples:
a repertory of information. Repertory company. The theater's repertory included a mix of classic and contemporary plays.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts, called movements.
Examples:
a symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Orchestra.
A large group of musicians who play classical music together, usually with instruments such as strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion.
Examples:
full orchestra. Orchestra conductor. The accomplished orchestra will give 2 more performances this week.
Dilute.
To make a substance less concentrated by adding a liquid or another substance to it.
Examples:
dilute acid with water. Dilute a great idea. She diluted the concentrated juice with water.
Dependence.
The state or condition of relying or depending on someone or something else, a relationship in which one person or thing is influenced, controlled, or supported by another.
Examples:
dependence on technology. Financial dependence. The patient's dependence on painkillers became a serious concern for their healthcare team.
Rerun.
The act of repeating or replaying a previously aired episode of a television show or a past event or performance. Verb, to broadcast or play again an item, especially a television or radio program, to run a race or other sporting event again.
Examples:
rerun episode. Rerun of a TV show. I missed the episode of my favorite show, so I hope they will air a rerun soon.
Sitcom.
A television or radio program that features a continuing cast of characters in humorous or dramatic situations, typically presented in a half-hour format.
Examples:
Sitcom series. Popular sitcom. I love to watch sitcoms when I need a good laugh.
Classic.
Judged or deserving to be regarded as one of the best or most important of its kind over a period of time, of a well-known type.
Examples:
A classic experiment. Chinese classic literature. He displayed the classic symptoms of depression.
Dwindle.
To gradually decrease in size, amount, or strength, to become smaller.
Examples:
Dwindle in importance. Dwindle to almost nothing. The crowds at the festival dwindled as the night went on.
Resort.
A place where many people go for rest, sport, or another stated purpose. Verb, turn to or take a course of action, especially an extreme or undesirable one, to resolve a difficult circumstance.
Examples:
Resort to desperate measures. A last resort. If both countries resort to nuclear deterrence, the consequence could be mutual destruction.
Blockbuster.
A movie, book, or other product that is extremely successful and popular, especially one that makes much money.
Examples:
Blockbuster movie. International blockbuster. The new action movie is expected to be a blockbuster hit.
Drama.
A play in a theater, television, or radio, or performance on a stage.
Examples:
Secular drama. Upcoming crime drama. She had an audition for drama school.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Republic.
A state or country in which the people and their elected representatives hold supreme power and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch.
Examples:
Republic democracy. The Republic of Art. The United States is a federal presidential constitutional republic.
Flourish.
To grow or develop vigorously or successfully.
Examples:
Flourish economically. Flourish worldwide. The Ottoman Empire flourished for over 5 centuries.
Extent.
The point or degree or area to which something extends.
Examples:
Certain extent. The extent of the damage. I was amazed at the extent of her generosity.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale, economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Skyrocket.
To rapidly ascend to a very high level, increase rapidly.
Examples:
Skyrocket the cost. Price skyrocketed. Production has decreased, but costs and unemployment have skyrocketed dramatically.
Opera.
A drama set to music, in which the words are sung rather than spoken.
Examples:
Ballad opera. Opera performance. She loves going to the opera house and hearing the beautiful music.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Grain.
Wheat or any other small hard seeds used as a food, a relatively small granular particle of a substance.
Examples:
A grain of sand. Flour made from grain. Ordinary air purifiers cannot adequately remove pollen grains.
Complaint.
A statement that expresses dissatisfaction or annoyance about something.
Examples:
Complaint department. Complaint about price gouging. She filed a complaint with the manager about the poor service.
Sphere.
A round object or geometric shape that is three-dimensional and symmetrical around a central point, a particular aspect or scope of life or activity.
Examples:
Sphere of influence. Business sphere. The sphere of the Earth is divided into several layers, including the crust, mantle, and core.
Elite.
Belonging to the wealthiest, most potent, best educated, or best trained group in a society.
Examples:
Earn elite status. Elite athlete. Very few educational elites go to Oxford or Cambridge.
Prestigious.
Having a high reputation or status, respected or honored, widely recognized as being of high quality or importance.
Examples:
Prestigious award. Prestigious event. The Academy is known for its prestigious faculty and rigorous curriculum.
Literary.
Relating to or characteristic of literature, equals written or spoken works of artistic expression, or other related works, particularly in terms of style and content.
Examples:
Literary criticism. Literary figures. The literary community mourned the loss of the talented author. Criticism. The act of analyzing, evaluating, or judging something, especially literary or artistic work, to find fault with it or to offer suggestions for improvement, the expression of disapproval or censure. Examples: criticism from the public. Harsh criticism. Constructive criticism is always helpful to help improving one's work. Analyze. To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning. Examples: analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake. Hero. A person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities, a character in literature or history who is central to the plot and who exhibits heroic qualities. Examples: local hero. Unsung hero. The soldier who sacrificed his life for his country is considered a national hero. Nation. A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture. Examples: nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology. Humanity. All people living on the earth, the quality or state of being human rather than an animal, a machine, etc. Examples: humanity at large. Mass of humanity. They donated large sums of money for the development of humanity. Stud. A small object with a head on one end and a sharp point on the other, used for fastening clothing, leather, or other materials. An animal used for breeding, typically a male horse or bull that is of superior breeding stock. Verb: to decorate or adorn with studs, to provide with studs for support. Examples: horse stud. Wall stud. He bought a new stud to attach the strap to his watch. Disinvestment. The act of reducing or withdrawing the amount of money you have provided in a particular area or sector. Examples: disinvestment strategy. Disinvestment plan. The company's decision to engage in disinvestment led to a reduction in its overall portfolio. Diagnose. To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis. Examples: diagnose the problem. Diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors. Admission. The act of allowing someone to enter or become a member of a group, organization, institution, or place. The act of acknowledging or confessing something, often a truth or a wrongdoing.
Examples:
Admission fee. Gain admission. She received her college admission letter in the mail today.
Coincidence.
An occasion when two or more similar things happen at the same time by chance, in a surprising way.
Examples:
The coincidence of an opinion. By a strange coincidence. It was a pure coincidence that we met her in the library.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Widespread.
Existing or happening in various places or among many people.
Examples:
Widespread use. Widespread fear of nuclear war. In medieval times, death punishment was widespread and socially accepted.
Denial.
A statement that something is not true or does not exist.
Examples:
State of denial. An absolute denial. She gave us a categorical denial of the scandal.
Quotation.
A group of words taken from a text or speech and repeated by someone other than the original author or speaker.
Examples:
Double quotation marks. Take a quotation. He included a quotation from the book in his essay.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Syllabus.
An outline or summary of the topics, themes, and assignments to be covered in a particular course or educational program, a list or summary of key themes or components of a particular document, work, or project.
Examples:
Course syllabus. Syllabus content. The professor handed out the syllabus on the first day of class.
Paraphrase.
To restate or reword a passage in one's own words, often to clarify or simplify the original meaning.
Examples:
Paraphrase a poem into prose. Paraphrase the meaning. He paraphrased the article in his own words to avoid being accused of plagiarism.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Appreciation.
The act of recognizing and valuing the worth or importance of something or someone, gratitude or thankfulness, an increase in value over time.
Examples:
Express my appreciation. Appreciation for diversity. The artist received a lot of appreciation for his latest work.
Millennium.
A span of 1,000 years, or the 1,000th anniversary, plural, millennia.
Examples:
Past millennium. Millennium bottle of wine. Our world is in the third millennium.
Discard.
To throw something away or get rid of something that you no longer wanted or need.
Examples:
Discard old beliefs. Discard the downloaded data. He discarded the old torn shirt and bought a new one.
Saccharine.
Overly sweet or sentimental to the point of being cloying or sickly, artificially or excessively sweet.
Examples:
Saccharine flavor. Saccharine words. The saccharine sweetness of the cake was almost too much to handle.
Kitsch.
Art, objects, or design considered to be tasteless and overly sentimental, often produced to appeal to popular or commercial taste rather than for artistic value.
Examples:
Kitsch art. Kitsch decor. The garden gnome statue is cheesy kitsch, but some people love that style.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
Interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Desire.
A strong feeling of wanting to have or do something.
Examples:
Unsatisfied desire. Fleshly desire. Low sexual desire typically correlates with low testosterone levels.
Destroy.
To ruin or damage severely or completely, to eradicate or eliminate completely.
Examples:
Destroy the ecosystem. Destroyed evidence. The building was destroyed in the fire and had to be rebuilt.
Bourgeois.
A member of the middle class, typically with conservative or conformist attitudes or values, a person who seeks material wealth or social status through conventional means, a person concerned with conventional, materialistic pursuits.
Examples:
Bourgeois lifestyle. Bourgeois values. The bourgeois neighborhood was known for its upscale shops and trendy cafes.
Tacky.
Having a cheap or vulgar appearance, taste, or quality, lacking style or sophistication, gaudy or tastelessly showy.
Examples:
Tacky jewelry. Tacky decorations. The wedding had a tacky gold theme, which did not sit well with many guests.
Depict.
To illustrate someone or something in a photograph.
Examples:
Depict a scene. Depict a feeling of isolation. His son had accurately depicted the bloom.
Appeal.
A serious, earnest, or urgent request for money, information, or help, a quality that makes somebody or something attractive or interest.
Examples:
Draw out your appeal. An appeal for help. He needed to resolve the problem as soon as possible, so he made an appeal directly.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Postmodern.
Relating to a style or movement in art, architecture, and criticism that reacts against earlier modernist principles and seeks to break down boundaries between high and low culture.
Examples:
Postmodern art. Postmodern society. The postmodern building was designed with unconventional shapes and colors.
Literature.
Written works, such as novels, plays, poems, or short stories that are considered to have artistic or intellectual value.
Examples:
Popular literature. Review of the literature. The literature of the Romantic period is known for its emotion and imagination.
Narrative.
A story or a description of a series of events or process of telling a story.
Examples:
Narrative poetry. Personal narrative. The narrative handles multiple plot lines and has unpredictable ends.
Plot.
A secret plan or scheme to achieve a specific goal. The plan or main story of a literary work. Verb, to plan secretly, usually something illegal.
Examples:
Plot line. Plot a surprise attack. The plot of the novel centers around a group of friends who uncover a conspiracy to control the world's water supply.
Meter.
A device used to measure the amount of a particular substance or attribute, such as length, volume, or time. Prosody, the accent in a metrical foot of verse.
Examples:
A gas meter. Poetic meter. The meter on the wall showed that the room was 3 meters long.
Rhyme.
A word or phrase that has the same last sound as another word or phrase, often used in poetry and songwriting.
Examples:
Rhyme poem. Write in rhyme. The poem had a consistent rhyme scheme throughout.
Architecture.
The art and science of designing and constructing buildings.
Examples:
Architecture design. Classic architecture. The city is known for its impressive architecture and beautiful old buildings.
Ornament.
A decoration or embellishment that adds beauty or enhances the appearance of something, especially a Christmas tree or a piece of jewelry.
Examples:
Christmas ornament. Glass ornament. The ornament on the tree was delicate and intricate, adding to its beauty.
Melody.
A succession of musical tones forming part of a larger piece of music.
Examples:
A simple melody. The melody of a tune. This harmonious melody immortalized its composer.
Rhythm.
A strong, regular, repeated pattern of sounds, words, or musical notes that are used in music, poetry, and dancing.
Examples:
In samba rhythm. Irregular heart rhythm. He beat out a jazz rhythm on the cajones.
Clarity.
The quality of being coherent and understandable, the quality of transparency or purity.
Examples:
Lack of clarity. Sake of clarity. The publisher will proofread most of this manuscript for clarity.
Insight.
The ability to gain an accurate and deep understanding of people or situations, an accurate and deep understanding of what something is like.
Examples:
A profound insight. Share my insights. We gained various insights by analyzing the vast amount of data owned by the company.
Scholar.
Professor, a person who studies a topic in considerable depth, particularly in a university.
Examples:
Scholar in international politics. Noted scholar. You won't have to pay college tuition if you're a scholar.
Butler.
A male servant in charge of serving food and drinks and taking care of household duties.
Examples:
Butler service. Household butler. The personal butler announced that dinner was ready, and the guests went to the dining room.
Structuralism.
A theoretical approach or methodology that analyzes and interprets phenomena by examining their underlying structures or systems.
Examples:
Structuralism in anthropology. Cultural structuralism. The literary theory of structuralism analyzes a text's underlying structures and systems.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
a remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Homologous.
Having the same or similar structure, position, or function, particularly in different species or organisms, related by common ancestry.
Examples:
homologous genes. Homologous structures. Homologous recombination is a process that can occur during DNA repair.
Hegemony.
The dominance or influence of one group, country, or ideology over others, especially in political, economic, or cultural domains.
Examples:
regional hegemony. Corporate hegemony. For decades, the U.S. has been viewed as having economic and military hegemony worldwide.
Converge.
To move or draw together at a specific location, of lines, to move towards the same point where they join or meet.
Examples:
converge of a series. Converge from different points. The two rivers converge into one near this area.
Articulate.
To express oneself clearly and effectively in spoken or written language.
Examples:
articulate his position. Eloquently articulate. She was able to articulate her argument in the debate clearly.
Temp.
A short form of temporary worker or temporary employee, someone who works in a job for a limited time period, often without job stability or security.
Examples:
temp worker. Temp agency. I need to find a temp job while I search for a permanent position.
Marked.
Having a noticeable feature or distinctive quality, easily noticeable or obvious.
Examples:
a marked difference. Marked decline. Her marked improvement in her grades resulted from her increased focus and effort.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Theoretical.
Relating to the concepts and principles upon which a particular topic is founded, rather than practice and experience. Theoretical models. Theoretical physicist. Absolute zero is the lowest theoretical temperature.
Parse.
To separate a sentence into grammatical parts, such as subject, verb, etc., and describe their syntactic roles.
Examples:
Parse strings of the form. Parse the command line. At first, we have to parse out our priorities.
Argument.
A set of statements or reasons used to support or refute a proposition or theory, a verbal or physical fight or dispute.
Examples:
A blazing argument. The argument against capital punishment. The argument between the two sides over the proposed policy was heated.
Disdain.
To look down on.
Examples:
Disdain the offer of a bribe. Disdain the policeman. Even in the Middle Ages, people disdained forced labor.
Puzzle.
A situation that is difficult to follow or solve, a game, problem, or toy that tests a person's ingenuity or knowledge. Verb, to cause someone to feel confused because of something difficult to understand.
Examples:
Crossword puzzle. Mathematical puzzle. This jigsaw puzzle is challenging because there are no pictures.
Stick.
To put something, usually a sharp object, into something, noun, a thin piece of wood or other material.
Examples:
Stick a key in a lock. Fire stick. You stick a bill in the change machine, and the coins pop out.
Deflect.
To cause something, especially a criticism or attack, to be directed away from someone.
Examples:
Deflect a blow. Deflect his criticism. The soccer player was able to deflect the ball away from the goal.
Ire.
Intense or extreme anger or wrath, a strong feeling of displeasure or hostility towards someone or something.
Examples:
Ire-filled rant. Public ire. The company's blatant disregard for customer service has provoked the ire of its clients.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples:
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.
Energetic.
Possessing or exerting or displaying energy.
Examples:
Energetic density. Energetic dog. This process caused an energetic chemical reaction.
Profess.
To declare openly, often publicly or formally, that one has a particular skill, belief, or feeling, to admit or affirm.
Examples:
Profess innocence. Profess law. He professes his love for her every day, showering her with gifts and affection.
Industrial.
Of or relating to or resulting from industry.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before.
Besiege.
To surround and attack or harass with relentless persistence, to crowd or overwhelm with a large number of requests or demands.
Examples:
Besiege a fortress. Besiege an enemy. Enemy troops besieged the town during the war.
Overwhelm.
To defeat someone or something by using a great deal of force, to have a strong emotional effect on somebody.
Examples:
He was overwhelmed with gratitude. Overwhelm opponents by numbers. Too much variety may overwhelm and confuse viewers.
Instill.
To impart, introduce, or cause to be absorbed gradually.
Examples:
Instill confidence. Instill medication into my eye. The teacher attempted to instill the importance of hard work in her students.
Fitness.
The quality or state of being physically fit and healthy, the ability to perform physical tasks and activities with ease and efficiency.
Examples:
Fitness level. Fitness instructor. Regular exercise is crucial for maintaining one's fitness.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Clay.
A natural, earthy material that is made up of very small particles of minerals and can be molded when wet and then fired to produce ceramics.
Examples:
Clay animation. Soft clay ground. The sculptor carefully molded the clay into the desired shape.
Dexterity.
Skill and speed in performing physical tasks, especially with the hands, mental skill or adroitness in dealing with situations or problems.
Examples:
Dexterity with the pen. Manual dexterity. The surgeon's dexterity was impressive during the delicate surgery.
Motor.
A device that converts electricity, fuel, etc. into movement and makes a machine, vehicle, etc. work.
Examples:
A motor mechanic. DC motor control. Energy-efficient motors are needed to maximize the cruising distance of electric vehicles.
Devote.
To commit or dedicate oneself or one's time, effort, or energy to a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Devote all of my energies. Devote my own life. He devoted himself to studying the history of ancient civilizations.
Sympathize.
To express or feel compassion or understanding for someone else's pain, difficulty, or misfortune. To share in someone else's emotions or experiences.
Examples:
Sympathize with a tragic hero. Sympathize with their situation. I sympathize with your struggles and am here to support you through them.
Sober.
Not drunk or affected by alcohol, dignified in manner or character and committed to keeping promises.
Examples:
Sober discussion. As sober as a judge. He led a sober life.
Useless.
Not serving any useful purpose, having no practical result.
Examples:
Useless information. Useless in the kitchen. The old, rusty tools were now useless and had to be thrown away.
Heritable.
Able to be passed down or transmitted from one generation to the next.
Examples:
Non-heritable variation. Heritable disease. The heritable trait was passed down through the generations.
Assume.
To think or accept something to be true without having proof of it, to take or begin to have power, to begin to exhibit a specific quality or appearance.
Examples:
Assume a lousy attitude to his boss. Assume an important role. The following example assumes that the capacity of each battery is the same.
Causal.
Relating to or indicating a cause or the relationship between causes and effects, resulting from a cause.
Examples:
Causal chain. Causal effect. The study aimed to establish a causal relationship between smoking and lung cancer.
Spank.
A quick slap or strike, usually with an open hand, on the buttocks as a form of punishment or discipline. Verb, to strike someone, especially a child, on the buttocks as a punishment.
Examples:
Give a light spank. Don't spank your partner. The child received a spank on his bottom as punishment for misbehaving.
Gene.
The fundamental unit of heredity and the sequence of nucleotides in DNA that codes for the creation of RNA or protein.
Examples:
Gene expression. Gene cloning. A defective gene is responsible for the disease.
Chant.
A simple melody or tune, typically one that is repeated or sung in a monotonous way. Verb, recite with musical intonation.
Examples:
Chant melodies. Chant in the chapel. The soccer game crowd broke into a chant of "Go, team, go."
Redo.
To do again, usually to correct or improve upon a previous attempt, to renovate or redesign something to make it better or more suitable.
Examples:
Redo a kitchen. Redo a project. I had to redo my entire presentation because the formatting was off.
Adopt.
To choose to follow something, to legally take a child from another family and care for them as if they were one's own.
Examples:
Adopt a child. Adopt a bill. The National Assembly has adopted the budget.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Valid.
Having a reasonable basis in logic or fact, still legally or officially acceptable.
Examples:
A valid contract. A ticket valid for 2 days. Your credit card is no longer valid.
Genetically.
In a way that relates to or is produced by genes, equals the units in the cells of a living thing received by an animal or plant from its parents, or heredity.
Examples:
Genetically inherited traits. Genetically manipulated plant. The genetically modified crops were resistant to pests and required less water.
Remarkable.
Worthy of attention because unusual or special.
Examples:
Remarkable achievement. The remarkable breadth of knowledge. The election was a remarkable success for the Whigs.
Sibling.
A brother or sister, member of a family born to the same parents.
Examples:
Have a sibling quarrel. Play with my siblings. Children often copy their parents or elder siblings.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Personality.
A person's distinct combination of character, behavioral, temperamental, emotional, and mental traits that define them as an individual and set them apart from others.
Examples:
Personality trait. Personality test. She had a vibrant personality that made everyone feel at ease.
Complementary.
Serving to complete or enhance something in a way that is suitable or pleasing.
Examples:
Complementary therapies. Self-complementary region. The two art pieces were hung on opposite walls and acted as complementary elements in the room's decor.
Methodology.
A set of ways or principles of doing, teaching, or studying something.
Examples:
Methodology for optimizing. Research methodology. We are developing a new methodology for assessing marketing measures.
Rear.
At, toward, or near the back part of something. Verb, to look after a child until it is an adult.
Examples:
The rear gate. Rear children. The player quickly went to the rear side of the defender.
Peer.
A person who has the same age, status, or ability.
Examples:
Peer group. Peer review. Among young people, peer pressure can be pretty influential.
Acknowledge.
To accept or admit the existence, reality, or truth of something. To accept that someone or something has a particular authority or quality. To express obligation, thanks, or gratitude for someone's help, commitment, etc.
Examples:
Acknowledge the deed. Acknowledge his help. He never acknowledged his fault.
Uterus.
A hollow muscular organ in the body of a woman or other female mammal in which a baby or young animal develops before birth.
Examples:
Uterus cancer. Bleeding from uterus. The physician prescribed medication to relieve the contraction of the uterus.
Remark.
A comment or observation, or something said or written about a particular subject or situation. Verb, to give a spoken statement on a particular subject or situation.
Examples:
A flattering remark. Remark dripping with bitterness. His candid remark at the meeting sparked a lively discussion among the attendees.
Evolutionary.
Relating to or denoting how living things develop or change from earlier forms.
Examples:
Ecology and evolutionary biology. The evolutionary process. Evolutionary algorithms can find ways to optimize that humans do not anticipate.
Upset.
Causing or marked by anxiety, uneasiness, trouble, or grief. Verb, to make someone anxious, unhappy, or angry.
Examples:
Get upset. Have an upset stomach. He was awfully upset by the news.
Dogma.
A belief or set of beliefs that the members of a group accept without being questioned or doubted.
Examples:
Religious dogma. The secret dogma. All members strictly followed the dogma of the organization.
Taboo.
Prohibited or restricted by social custom.
Examples:
A taboo word. Academic taboo. In this society, discussing politics in public is a taboo subject.
Forbidden.
Not permitted or allowed by rules or laws.
Examples:
Forbidden words. Forbidden love. Taking photographs inside the museum is forbidden.
Explore.
To travel to or penetrate an area or a country to learn about it, to thoroughly examine a subject or a possibility to learn more about it.
Examples:
Explore the world. Explore our options. The management must explore strategies to increase office security.
Eloquent.
Able to speak or write clearly and impressively.
Examples:
An eloquent speaker. Eloquent writing. She gave an eloquent speech at the graduation ceremony.